Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Pucks and Power Plays. Happy Monday. We've got some special guests here with us. Pucks and Power Plays is brought to you by Boston Sports Entertainment Network. You can find BSEN on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at BSEN_617. You can find the podcast at Pucks and PP's Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok, and on Apple and Spotify and wherever else you get all of your podcast delights. If you search Pucks and Power Plays podcast, we will show up. We also have a Discord channel that you can join to talk about hockey. You can talk about trading cards with hockey, and you can talk about our book club. If you want to be a part of that, send us a message on social media and we will send you the direct link for that. And you can also buy shirts and sweatshirts at bsen617.square.site whenever your little heart desires. We have ones specifically just that have our logo or that are Bruins friendly and or Patriots, Celtics, and Red Sox, since we are just a few weeks away from having all four sports. My name is Emily. You can find me on Hyper Emmy wherever you look for people on social media. And this is...
I'm Liz.
You
looking at me. But I was looking at the camera reporter.
We're gonna ignore that little interruption and that one back there. They don't exist right now. But you can find me at Liz _ Frazier.
Going around the table.
No. Liz, you first.
I don't know what you guys thought was going to happen.
Yeah, this is why you don't put us on the internet.
You can find Liz at Liz __ Frazier in case you missed that on Twitter. And we have two special guests who think that the show belongs to them.
It doesn't?
Apparently it is. It's not ours anymore.
I already said I was sorry.
So one common thing between Liz and I is we actually introduced our partners to hockey. So now you may introduce yourself. I wasn't pointing at you. I was pointing this way on the screen, which means her.
I'm dyslexic.
Okay, anyway.
My name's Austin. I don't really have social media, so follow her if you want to see me. That came out weird, but yeah.
All right. And we also have Jacob joining us.
We have a little gremlin.
What a way to introduce me. Yes, my name is I'm Jacob. I'm also not really on the internet at all. If you want to see me, you won't.
Yeah.
So that's really it.
That's funny. I love it. So we have the guys joining us here tonight. We are excited to have them with us. Sorry, I'm adjusting my screen. We had an intro tonight. Our intro video played for the first time in like 3 weeks. We are doing wonderfully, friends. We're doing great.
Technology is our friend so far tonight, and we're loving it.
Huzzah.
Woo.
Huzzah.
I don't have to try and use my flashlight to actually be seen today.
I know, you're like, it's working.
It's working. It likes us. It's because of the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'll take credit for something I didn't do. Yeah.
Because we were just blaming you for something that you didn't do. You might as well take credit.
Wait, you have a flashlight like set up on your desk? Or did you like...
No, her screen the past few weeks, mine is like it too. If I turn this off,
yeah,
my screen is really dark. Our screens have been really dark for the past few weeks.
Oh.
But hers is working today.
Nice.
And it hasn't been.
Oh, heck yeah.
So I don't have to use the flashlight on my phone.
Yeah, she had her flashlight on her phone last week to try to make it better.
I was picturing like you duct taping one of those big like handheld flashlights to the screen over here on the side, just wrapping it up in duct tape and going with that. Because that's what I would have done, but the phone's much more smarter.
It just looked like a campfire at the end of the day with it. Like, it did nothing.
Yeah.
It didn't look like when you get you put the blankets over you and then put the light facing straight up and tell like a horror story or something.
No.
Bruins horror stories. There could be a lot.
All last
season. Pasta's turnover rate.
Ew.
Trade deadline.
Trade deadline.
March.
All of it.
It did feel like I left the country and then like I would get like these updates, and now that I'm back, I'm like being reminded of everything I missed. I'm like, what happened while I was gone? What choices were made? And why was Marshy winning a cup with a different team?
The apocalypse. The
Yes.
apocalypse
The
happened.
End of days.
You know, a personal team that I wish did not win, but at least Marshy. That's the way I justify it to myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's most of us.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Austin and Jacob, let's chat a little bit about like your guys' hockey experience, because I just mentioned that like y'all learned through us.
Yes.
But do either of you remember your first hockey game? I know what yours is.
My first one with you,
Oh, this is right. We can talk about the lore.
the lore.
Austin has
The
a
lore.
family member who
Yes.
played hockey his entire life.
Yes. Yeah, my cousin.
Yeah, and Austin like still didn't know hockey until
Yeah, I didn't know much of hockey. They would watch hockey and stuff. I'd be over there during holidays. They'd watch hockey, but I didn't get into it. Never just gave it the time of day. But it was also like junior kids hockey, so they weren't like smashing skulls or anything.
But the funny thing is, you and I have been to so many junior games.
But there were fights in those. I mean, this was like
But
Oh,
he
like
played
Pee
in the
Wees.
juniors.
yeah, but I was gone by then.
Oh,
I was not around in those times. I was off doing other things. And then I got back,
and he would have been done by
and
the
yeah,
time you
he
were
was
back.
done by that time. So yeah, I was around hockey quite a bit, but never gave it the time of day until you took me to a Chippewas game.
Oh, was that your first one?
The Chippewas or the Wild? No, maybe it was the Wilds. It
think
was
it
the
was the
Wilds. Yeah, and that was my first NHL game. And then you took me to a Chippewas Steels game.
Chippewa
Steels?
Steel, which is
I have the shirt.
NAHL.
And there were so many fights that night. I fell in love. The entire team came off the bench onto the ice because one little dude got pushed around a little bit, and they all lit up the ice.
I know
and
the kid
I
you're talking
immediately
about.
fell in love with hockey.
Yep,
Yeah, that was it.
he was tiny.
Yeah,
The Chippewa
He's so
Steel
fast.
are either NHL or NA3HL, so it's like a high school team.
That kid was tiny, but he was fast.
Yeah, he's like maybe
There's
5.
a lot of tiny, fast kids in high school hockey.
Yeah.
I can't remember if he was the one that was getting pushed around or somebody pushed one of his buddies around, and he came flying off the bench onto the ice, no helmet, no gloves, already stick back on the bench, and just body slammed this dude twice his size.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That's really funny.
So I'm the type of hockey fan who likes to watch hockey, but I don't have a mind for all the numbers and the names of the players. They slip out, although I'm getting better about the players.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the season's over, it's just like, all right, wait for that to come on Netflix for the next season in 2 years, kind of thing in my head. That's how I equate it. It's like ending Wednesday and then having to wait a year for the next season of Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just out of your brain, and then you have to rewatch last season in order to understand what's going on this season.
But you don't, because each season of hockey is completely separate.
Yeah, it's a brand new story every time. It's great seasons. I'm gonna mess with your brain. So I broke Emily, so she's gonna be out for the next 5 seconds rebooting. So I'm gonna
Yep.
take off.
Understandable. I'm also
happens quite a lot.
processing that.
Yeah, happens quite a lot over here.
But each season is completely separate. Like we have an
Yes.
entire new team.
Yeah.
We have a new coach.
Yep.
We don't have the roster is
But see, that irks me because I just get used to these guys, and then the next season it's all changed and different. I don't know anybody again.
there's nothing I can do about
Confusing.
that. There's nothing I can do about
But so it's always a surprise when I come into the new season because I don't know who anybody is anymore because I don't pay attention to anything in the off season.
that. Sounds like a you problem, bud.
The only reason I know anything going on is because of y'all.
We're great. What about Jacob?
Well, my first experiences with hockey, I actually had think about it, I actually have a family member that is very much into hockey as well.
That's funny.
She is probably the only person that I know that could give Liz a run for her money when it comes to actual like hockey obsession. Like she
I love
would
her.
keep all of the files like has like binders full of like all their information and stuff. I think there may have been addresses in there too. That was a little concerning, but like don't address that.
I didn't know that.
See, she said it as a joke, I think.
Knowing her, that might not actually be a joke.
With certain players, maybe. But she gave me like a bunch of like Bruins stuff growing up, but like up until I met Liz, really, I only ever knew like her and one other person that actually paid attention to hockey.
Yeah.
And I grew up being the guy that's like, oh yeah, sports ball. That's really. I don't care for it. But then I started watching hockey because I thought her yelling at the TV was funny.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I'm starting to watch the TV more than her now. What happened? And I actually can't remember what our first game was, like who we played against. I remember like everything leading up to it and like the experience.
Do you remember who we were with?
Your parents.
Yes, it was a double date with my parents at the end of the school year.
Nice.
They had to chaperone us. They didn't trust me yet.
No, that's super funny because our first sports is either an express game with my parents or it was a Green Bay Packers preseason game, which also ended up being with my parents. They were on the opposite side of the stadium, and then we ended up going and sitting with them.
It was the express game, I'm pretty sure.
Which was with my parents.
Yep.
It's like a summer league in Wisconsin for college kids. And I was a season ticket holder back then. And all of my friends also worked for, not all of them, a bunch of my friends worked for the team. So I would just go to games and would run into my parents there because there was nothing else to do. So yeah, it was probably with my parents. That's funny. Yes, ours was also with my parents.
Your first one was against the Rangers, by the way.
It was against the Rangers. I was about to say somebody was doing research while I was talking and making a fool of myself.
Yes.
Going back to the old photos to see what game was.
We did. We won a lot of the game. I mean, I was spoiled by Bruins' performance that year for like the first two full seasons that I saw. I mean, we had our record-breaking season, and then we had the season that everybody thought we were going to do poorly, and then we did great. We just don't acknowledge the playoffs, that those didn't happen as far as I'm concerned. And, you know, as far as the players were concerned, they didn't happen either.
No, truly.
But yeah, I got spoiled because it felt like we had like a very consistent team for a while. Like, you know, a few players would leave. And I'd be like, oh, you know, but I didn't have to learn an entire new team. So this upcoming season is going to be a bit of a newer experience for me.
Yes, 100%. I'm looking up to see who the Wild played during your first game now. Your first game was a Chippewa Steel game, so you were correct there.
I don't remember who they were playing.
Against the Coyotes.
Oh.
Which makes sense because those are my two second favorite teams. That's why we went.
Yeah.
We went and we sat in like the last row possible. Tickets were like $50 or something.
No more Coyotes.
This was Austin's first NHL game.
Oh.
2019. This is like 3 months before the world shuts down.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
It feels like that wasn't that long ago, and then I'm like, well, that was actually 6 years ago now.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's insane.
Think about it.
I'm still getting used to hearing the 1900s when people refer to 1999 or something.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
This was it's not gonna work. We're gonna try and make it work. Oh no. Him at his first game.
There it is.
Aww. Cute. I love it.
Yeah. I believe I borrowed a Bergie jersey.
Yes, you did.
One of the many jerseys. Like
I have at least 7 Bergeron jerseys in my house.
I love that.
Nice.
I don't have a favorite player. I promise.
1, 2, 3.
Well,
We only have 4 Bruins jerseys. One is Sway.
That's mine.
One is Marchie. One used to be Sagan, but I ripped the nameplate off after he left because I was pissed. And then
that's why there's no name on that one. Okay.
There's no name. And then one is the 2015 Winter Classic. And it never had a nameplate on it. Yeah, I got pissed about Sagan leaving. And ripped
Understandable.
And his number off. Actually, I think my brother ripped it for me because I was too busy crying. It's totally normal. Totally fine.
Understandable.
Yeah.
No,
But
I was gonna say,
speaking-
I don't think there's been a player that I've gotten that upset about, but actually that's a lie because Allmark leaving made me very upset.
Yeah, Ole.
I still think it was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But then the Senators post really stupid stuff on their social media. They don't. They're supporting their own players.
But like, I don't want to see Brady every freaking day.
No.
And I don't want to have the post talking about, oh, we should all like think about him or whatever it is, or have him in our thoughts. Like, I don't want to think about either of them.
No. But I feel like just because this has been a trend with us lately is like talking about relatively important topics, I feel like we should address the Mitch Marner interview.
Yes.
I didn't see it. Tell me more.
Mitch Marner
Uh-huh.
was on the Maple Leafs. Was traded.
Well-
No, he wasn't traded. He was picked up in free agency.
No, he was technically traded
No,
because
he was traded.
there was-
Go ahead.
Vegas technically like had the deal with him well before free agency started. So there's technically tampering, but then there was the trade so that there would be no tampering clause.
Yes. So they slid through on technicality. But I think the world knew he was not going to be with the Leafs this coming year. He just did an interview last week with TSN, which is Canada's version of ESPN.
Ask me the only reason why I know that one.
Why do you know that one?
Shorzy.
Of course. Very big Shorzy fan.
Yep.
And in this interview, the long and short of it is basically for the 2 weeks following the end of the team's run in playoffs, he had to have security outside his house because people were doxing him on the internet and threatening the lives of his family members and doxing family members' addresses as well, it sounded like. And he essentially was leaving because the fan base was so incredibly toxic, and this parasocial relationship, which Liz and I talk about parasocial relationships on here relatively frequently. But they just he couldn't do it anymore, and the safety of his family was at risk, and he was done.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be with the Vegas Golden Knights this year.
So much for the Canadians being so polite. God.
Toronto
But
Fans are awful.
For hockey, I guess not.
No, the Leafs. I'm going to say it. We will never put this on social media. This will only live within the full episode.
That's out online?
Yes, but the Leafs fans aren't watching this. If I clip this part, they'll find me and
They'll kill us. Like,
yeah. I value my life. But this has been known. I'm gonna say something super controversial. Oh, okay.
I'm here for it.
The less controversial part is that I feel like in the Twitter sphere, it's very evident that the Maple Leafs fandom is insanely toxic. I think an exaggerated example of this is a particular commentator that I have been very vocal about not liking.
I know who it is.
It's even shown up on television that I don't like this man.
mm-hmm. You know who it is.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was on television.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was on
we ended
TV.
up on the
Yeah,
TV.
my tweet ended up on TV one day. I think that is an example of Leafs culture. And yes, is that exaggerated because he's a TV personality? Absolutely. However, that is the example that people have to go off of. And if we talk about positions of power and things like that, that is what people are going to go off of. They don't know that that's not acceptable because that is a person in a position of power that is acting this way. So that is their gold standard to go off of. And I feel like the Leafs have always had a really toxic fandom, but it has become progressively worse over the last few years, especially with the way that they're treating this core four that they've had that's now no longer a core four. Like, listen, if I'm them, I'm also booking tickets out of town just based off of the stuff that's said on social media. Then you start doxing me. Then you start doxing my family, and I have a newborn at home. No, I'm out.
Yep.
I'm out. I don't blame him at all.
And then with that commentator being a former NHL player too, so then you think it's even more okay because why would the NHL player be saying that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But like Marner couldn't even go for like walks with his dog or his son. Like it wasn't safe to leave the house, which is insane.
Yeah. And I think this goes back to our like the conversation we always end up back at is these hockey players are people. This game is their job, but at the end of the day, it's a silly, stupid game that doesn't matter. Like, why are we doxing somebody's? Like, I don't even want my own information doxed. You're going to do that to somebody who has lots of money? Like, or you're going to do that to another human just because they have lots of money and they lost a gate? Like, you
even
don't
when
want
they're one of your most
there, so you're going to do that to somebody else?
and they're one of your best players, one of the most producing players on your team, mind you.
Got the game-winning goal for Team Canada, but okay.
Like 100-point season, but okay.
Yeah,
Canadians take the hockey thing
I
to heart,
agree.
don't they?
It's definitely one of those things that, like, I mean, as much as I made a joke like earlier about being like,
Yeah.
oh, like the sports ball person, a
Yeah.
big thing for me is people got a little too into it because, like, I played sports growing up, like just as you do, and I enjoyed it until people started acting like their lives would physically end if they
Yeah.
didn't succeed in Little League baseball.
Yeah.
People just get a little too into it, and especially when you get to like major league sports and when you see
We've
stuff
all
like
had
that
that
happen.
foam brick that we throw at the TV occasionally. We've all had it.
We've all
You might
had
feel
it,
that
but
somewhere.
you shouldn't wish death on a person
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they weren't doing as good as you wanted them to.
Yes, or like the Olympics, they win the silver medal, and they're like, "Oh, you lost the Olympics." And Simone Biles talked about this a lot this last year, 2 years ago. Yeah, 2024. She
I don't know
talked a
what
lot
year it
about
is.
it. But like silver medal is not losing the Olympics. Did you come in second? Yes, but you still are standing on a podium representing your country, which in and of itself is a like one, you represent your country. Two, you made it on the podium. Three, you still like you did your damn best at the end of the day. You're getting endorsements out the wazoo no matter what. Like you are still making, you also get paid even at silver. So I'm shooting for just being there because I'm gonna get endorsements
Mm-hmm.
in the zero sports that I play. But like it's just so crazy the pressure that we put on people, society, teams, organizations, and all of the money that is put into these sports. And then situations like this happen, and everybody's like, "Oh, why would he want to leave?" Well,
Because Toronto has a very toxic fan base.
because y'all being nitwits. Like, I don't even want my last name into the ether on some platforms. And you're putting up people's.
This is why I don't do social media stuff, honestly.
See, I love social media.
I also just don't have a whole lot. I have social media, but I use it for the funny videos.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I use it for. I don't post anything on there. I don't even really keep up with friends and family on there. Terrible at this.
I do.
But, yeah, no. Social media is.
This is the postcard that lives in my desk that has everybody's birthdays on it so that we know what's going on in our lives.
Yeah, because I don't hear it off of Facebook anymore.
I'm a very anti-social media person as well. I think the only time I ever post is when this one makes me. She's like, "Hey, so our anniversary's coming up, and I noticed that you don't have anything planned."
Our anniversary is this week. We never remember.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't remember the date. I remember the date, but we both forget that it's coming up this week.
I have no idea what day our anniversary is.
Happy early anniversary.
Thanks.
Happy anniversary week, month, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're married. Who knows? I'm not even wearing a wedding ring. I don't ever wear a wedding ring.
My.
This is what you guys have to look
Yeah.
forward to in 2 months.
Oh,
Woo!
You start out wearing it every day, then you take it off to hop in the shower and sleep one night, and you forget about it for 3-4 weeks.
Well, like, I forget to put it back on half the time because I can't wear mine at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, they're just off right now because I'm like, oh, well, am I going to put it on for like 2 minutes?
No. Well, yeah, I work from home. So, like, I just get dressed in the morning, honestly, in sweatpants. And I sit here. Like, I'm not putting my wedding ring on to go from one end of the 2-bedroom apartment to this end of the 2-bedroom apartment. Like,
You just don't want to be married in our own home. That's
here's my thing with wedding rings. Welcome to the ADHD. Here's my thing with wedding rings. I know that I'm married. You know that I'm married.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you are?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I have no desire to go outside of our relationship for anything. Therefore, why do I need a symbol to tell the world that I am married when I know that I'm married and you know that I'm married and I'm not going to pursue anything outside of this marriage? So why does it matter if I have a ring on?
I don't care.
I know you don't care. I'm just saying society. People get angry because people don't wear rings. And I'm like, I'm married for 4 years. I don't know. I've been married for a few years. Like, I know that I'm married. I have a commitment to my husband. If I'm put a piece of metal on my finger or not in the morning when I get dressed, it's not going to change my commitment within my relationship.
And that's why all of our rings have been like drugstore rings for $8.
Yeah, I think I've spent like $15 on a pack of 5 silicone rings. That way, if I lose them, I don't care.
Yeah.
Or they get ripped up, torn off.
Yeah.
We also have Batman rings. This is called ADHD.
Yeah.
This is
Woo! Yeah.
they're-
His is 100 times worse than mine, and you see how ours is. So imagine having a conversation with him.
oh, mine is
I'm
so bad.
putting in all my effort here just to stay somewhat on task. I haven't paid attention this much since high school, and I just finished a dissertation.
Oh, no.
Don't do it. No, it's terrible. There's no reason to.
I can't even spell that.
I don't think I can anymore. I think it's pretty bad.
Your brain just got frizzled.
Hi, lady.
Yeah.
Hi, lady.
So let's go with an easy thing with the men. So
All right.
one of the things I think you guys already know, but for the rest of the world, if this is your first time tuning in, the guys are not usually here. It's usually just Liz and I. And one thing we like to do is like to do predictions. The last 2 weeks have been doing predictions for this season for the Bruins, for the NHL, for the whole myriad of different things. So let's start with a softball one of, do you think the Bruins will make the playoffs this year?
Ooh. Oh, you call it a softball, but it hit me straight in the temple like a rock.
I can't help you.
Not a chance.
No. Although I do think we'll see improvements in areas. Like, I think Swayman's tendiness is going to be improved. Did I use that term right? You're the hockey goddess. I don't know.
I think you're making up terms.
I am, because that's what hockey speak sounds like to me sometimes.
You're also outside of the camera view, so move back in a little bit. Thanks.
But,
Now you may continue your tendy talk.
so I think Swayman's goalkeeping is going to get better because he's not going to have all of that craziness going on in the beginning of the season that he never got his feet back under him.
Yeah.
So I think that area is going to improve. God, I hope Pasta doesn't turn over as many pucks, but we'll see on that. But I agree. I don't think we're going to make it.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Healthy decor would be great.
I want to believe so bad.
I've
Yep.
been hoping for that since I started watching hockey, and
Yeah.
I have yet to see it. So
Yep.
there's a little bit of time. And we used to have goalies that we could just be like, oh, they're there. We don't really need to worry about the defense.
Brass.
Luckily, if I were to make just a general prediction, I foresee them trading someone that they very much shouldn't, and I'm worried it might be Swayman.
Oh.
That is
I
my
will not.
biggest fear. That is my biggest fear.
This puts
Wait.
all of my predictions into the normal level. I want to hear more about this one that you've got.
See, I think of the dumbest thing that they could possibly do What is the craziest choice that they could make? And then they're probably going to do that because it's a terrible choice, and they're going to make that.
Because Sweeney's at the helm, and yeah, that makes sense.
Here's the thing, though. I think he has a no trade clause this year and next year, and then I think it goes down to limited teams. Liz is checking on this because my computer can't do this many things at once. I think
He doesn't have a no movement clause until 26-27, so this is our last year to move him.
Jacob, what did you just put into the universe?
Oh
Hey,
no!
look, if you came back like
You
a
said
year,
pasta earlier. And now
I
you're
did
going
say
this way?
no. I said honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we somehow lost Pasta, but that's also because let's be real. I would not blame him if he wanted to start looking for like a way to actually more guaranteed get a cup, because
But
he
here's
is a player that deserves one that he hasn't.
Yes.
Yet.
I agree with that. Asterisk, asterisk. I feel like he would have done it this last trade deadline, if he was doing it because everybody else was.
Yeah.
That's true, but how
Unless
much
he
money-
really didn't want to leave the team, because they would have had no one. Because there was
Yeah,
no
Chelsea
McAvoy.
Going,
No,
Oh, you're
McAvoy
right,
was
he's
injured. Hampus was injured.
yeah.
You're going to leave it all to Sway?
It's
Don't leave me, Sway. It's all I got.
I don't want him to. I
No.
love him. But
Yeah.
I think it would just be like if you got in like a time machine and went a year ago and told me Marshy's gonna get traded,
Carlo.
and then don't even include everyone else, just say Marshy, I'd be like, there's
You're crazy.
no way. Like, what dark timeline did you come from? And then you'd say, oh, he went all the way down to Florida and won a cup with them. Then I would be like, you're crazy. That would never happen. And look at the last year we had.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yes.
would surprise me anymore.
Yes, Sway already carries the team as much as she can. Absolutely, I agree with that.
He has so much he has to do. Poor guy.
But I don't want this clip to be somehow make the rounds because I was right.
Oh, you know, if this happens, you're toast.
We're
Like,
touching
you're
this if
dead.
this happens.
Oh no.
She's gonna murder you.
Don't let this be how I end up on the news. Either as a statistic or a video.
Yes.
That's
It's a
so funny.
statistic. I mean, you do have a peanut allergy.
Man predicts goalie will be traded. Dies in grizzled
Liz
accident.
don't get allergies right now.
Just a peanut allergy. It's fine.
Wild.
Looks like there were signs of a struggle. Peanut butter smeared all over his face.
That's so funny. SVU. Dun, dun. So if you guys don't think that the Bruins are going to make playoffs, that means they're not going to win the Stanley Cup. So who do you think is going to win the Stanley Cup? No, you're so right. Anthony.
If it's Florida again, I'm just going to be upset.
But who do you think?
Who do I think? I mean, I think Florida because it's kind of like a Kansas City situation. Like they're probably going to end up there again.
Yeah, but at some point, I mean,
But,
we
like-
didn't have them winning this year.
What?
But Chiefs didn't win this year. So
No, they didn't.
They
No.
did, that is true.
The first time in how many?
they had a back-to-back and then they lost. So
Mhm.
maybe we get an NHL, maybe the script is like the same.
This Travis
But-
Kelce.
But also, they're like $6 million over the cap, so they can't even play technically. Just saying.
I am going to be so interested to see how that goes down. So
Yeah.
To be fair, the Oilers have gone there the last couple of years, and I feel bad for
Connor McDavid.
David. Yeah, McDavid. I feel bad because he wants the cup so bad, and he's pushed and fought so hard for it, and every time Kachuk just swings in and golf clubs his ankles out from underneath of him.
Yeah, and the refs are somewhere.
Yeah, they're somewhere
Yeah.
else. Who knows?
They're going around.
I
You
feel
know,
bad. I
I
do want
can't
to
say the joke I made very
Maybe-
early on in the relationship, but you know.
Well, Kachuk is
Yeah,
also
it's
out.
wonderful that they're giving blind people jobs. In
Oh,
the
oh
NHL.
my god!
Uh,
I sent that in my group chat with my parents. 'Cause we were watching a game and they missed like I think 5 blatant calls in a row.
Mhm.
And he's talking about how we're now hiring from the American Association for the Blind.
That's crazy. Need someone to humble the
Yeah.
Panthers.
Yes.
Oh, I would love that. I would love nothing more than to see the Panthers get humbled. But
Yeah.
As
With
of
the
right now,
rest on
they're
their
still
payroll, who knows?
4.5 million over. Well, I don't like either of those people. You can open that. The cat is going to keep
The
it
cat's
going.
gonna
As of today, Vegas Golden Knights are still 7.64 million over. Canadians are 5.93 million over, and Panthers are still 4.5 million over. Captains camps do start, or whatever it's called, captains training, captains camps start probably
Captain's practice?
next week.
September
Captain's practice.
12th or something like that. I thought.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
next week, next Wednesday, Thursday. Preseason games for the Bruins start the 21st.
Woo!
We're going to start seeing some decisions getting made, which is going to be very interesting. The Bruins still have 2.08 million in cap space left. This is as of today, according to Puckpedia.
So does that mean they can potentially call more people up? Or
No.
what? What's
So
the
we
thing?
won't. So we won't call anybody up. You can only have 23 people up on the active roster at one time.
Okay.
Potentially we have the room. I think last week we have the room for 5 more people to be sent down to our AHL team. So we have like the room essentially to sign 5 more players ish. But cap space would be like we have $2 million. So entry like starting salary I want to say is $775. So we could only sign like 2 more players essentially, realistically cap space wise. Even if they're like entry level players, we only have really a room for 2.
Do you think we will?
That is the big question. Is at this point we either have to claim somebody off of waivers to get somebody. So once the season starts, if somebody is getting sent down to the AHL, they get put on waivers. You can be claimed off of waivers. So you're not getting traded, you're just getting picked up off of a team. And you can just, like, somebody can take you off of waivers. You never make it down to your AHL team because somebody else is like, I want them on the team instead. We picked up somebody that way.
I think I know who Liz wants to be picked up, who's on waivers right now.
No,
I
he's
think-
not on waivers.
Oh, he's not on waivers? You just want him to be picked up by anyone. at
No
this
one's
point.
picked him. I know. I just wanted to check. Grizz is still unsigned.
Who?
Grizz.
He's coming home.
He could. Oh my god, the reunion. We got Corrali. We can take Grizz.
He played for him. He played for the Bruins. His dad works at TD doing something.
He's
Um,
ice crew. I think.
Ice crew.
Or his
And
brother is.
Been with the Pittsburgh Penguins for the last few years, but he's currently unsigned. Ma'am, you cannot be on the.
How did she get over your
She
chin
goes-
thing like that?
She's
It's
just.
too big to do that.
If you're listening and not watching us, my cat has made an appearance.
You guys should
She's-
do a pet episode at some point.
You should. Laney says, I need them to figure out the goalie situation. So
We
true.
all do.
Laney, we looked last week, and DiPietro is currently listed on the AHL roster. So I'll be really interested to see how this goes over the next few weeks during practices and the first few preseason games. Liz, did you look it up? Because I forgot to. When they have to be assigned to AHL before we have to put them on waivers?
No,
I forgot to
totally
look
forgot to look that up.
So potentially have 2 more players. Would we, or what happens if we don't? What happens if we don't grab anybody else?
We just stay under cap.
We just stay on.
And we just rotate people up and down from Providence, essentially.
I feel like that's
there-
what we did this last year, because we kept having people come up and then go
Yeah,
back.
I mean, it's what happens.
Okay.
It's part of the game.
All right.
The other thing is potentially if somebody is waived by a team because they're on like a professional tryout, or the team decides not to keep them or whatever, the team can waive them. They don't have to assign them to the AHL team. So if they're waived, in general, they can just be waived and somebody can pick them up.
Off the waiver wire.
Yeah. or trades can happen. Trades start once the season starts. We're rocking and rolling. I mean, trades can be made right now, even. Like, we don't know. But it can happen at any time here.
So waivers go into effect 12 days before the regular season starts. But if you have an NHL contract, which they specified a certain goalie has, you have to go through waivers.
Even before the 12 days?
I guess if they never call him up.
That would be devastating.
What does that mean? Because you just spoke other languages there for a second. Act like you're talking to somebody who knows nothing about hockey.
Everybody goes to training.
Yes.
Everybody goes to training.
Yes.
AHL, NHL, potentially some prospects, potentially some PTO, professional tryout guys.
Okay.
Everybody goes to training. Then they start like weaving you out to NHL or AHL. Currently, he is assigned to the AHL's roster. He is not assigned to the NHL's roster. So currently,
he's not.
Hold on, let me finish. Okay. So currently, he doesn't have to go through waivers because he's in the AHL.
Okay.
He is on Providence's team, not in Boston's team. So as long as he stays assigned to Providence throughout training, he doesn't have to go through waivers. If he goes through waivers, we will not be able to keep him. Somebody will pick him up.
Yes.
If at any point during the preseason he gets called up and put on Boston's roster, he has to go through waivers to go back down to AHL.
Oh, so someone will pick him up.
Somebody will pick him up. He was the number 1 or 2 goalie in the AHL last year. He was the top goalie at AHL All-Stars last year. We will lose him if he goes on waivers. No question.
Oh no.
Lainey says this is gonna sound mean. I don't mean for it to. Get rid of Corpy to somewhere that actually needs him. Yes, his attitude towards the end of the season was a little rude. He has potential somewhere else. 100%.
Yeah.
This has been my stance since forever. Trade Corpy, get some players for him, call DiPietro up, and let that be the goalie tandem of Swayman and DiPietro.
Because Corpy's is clearly not happy being a backup. He was a starter before he came here. He came here with an unknown situation. And we've said it before, who knows what he was told? Because management was a mess.
Was? Feels like it still is.
It still is, but like we had the whole thing at the start of last season where it got announced that he was starting, and he got asked by reporters about it, and he's like, "Oh, they didn't even tell me I was starting the first game of the season."
Because Swayman had only been signed like 4 days before the actual season started.
Yeah, wasn't the thing with their contract like the 50-50 split or something like that, where they?
No, it's not. It's not in a contract how many games a goalie will play. There's probably a minimum, I'm sure. But there is no split. We don't know what that conversation was. It sounds like that was potentially what they were told was what Corpy was told potentially was that it was going to be a 50-50 split. We don't know what was said. But there have been rumors that he did not have a great attitude in the locker room. He was not happy with the amount of games he played. He thought Sway was playing too many games. So it's been very interesting to see that he has not been traded.
Yeah, especially with him calling out management too, with how his whole like no one's gonna be happy playing like 25 games.
God, there's so much behind the scenes in this world that you just don't see. Good God.
Well, and he only has a 10-team no trade list.
You know, this might be a bit of a hockey noob question, but because you guys were talking about teams that are still over cap, genuinely, what happens if they just ignore that? Because how are they actually punished if they stay over cap?
I believe there's a fine.
Mm-hmm.
But is it enough that would make it worth it for them to no longer be over cap? Because I feel like, especially for a lot of like the bigger organizations that are doing very well, if it's just a fine, it's not really a punishment, it's a price.
Unless it's a one-time fine or a fine that will continue to fine if you don't fix it.
Ask the Google.
That doesn't sound very fine to me.
Yeah.
Had to be one. So overcap fines.
It was just the question I've thought about since seeing
One,
that.
Oh, I had it.
Having a problem with your internet there.
One moment. Sanctions can be fines up to $5 million, forfeiture of games played while over cap, loss of draft picks, or cancellation of contracts.
Okay.
And they can't play.
Yeah. And you'll start seeing them like swindle the roster too. They'll start putting guys on injured reserve or LTIR. The issue that you see a lot with the Vegas Golden Knights. I think this next CBA is going to close a few of those loopholes. But for right now, their performance bonuses get cut.
Hit them where it really hurts, those bonuses.
Yeah.
So yeah, they can't play games. They'll get fined, and if they do play, like try to play games, they're forced to forfeit, so they can't. They could potentially lose draft picks, which in this economy, nobody can afford to lose a draft pick.
No.
They won't lose draft picks though, with how the NHL is and who they decide gets to keep them and who gets to lose them for like the dumbest things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you started training camp a day. No. Was it
Yeah.
training camp a day early, or like they flew a day early and they lost like a first round pick?
Something like
But
that.
then you have other teams that have done way worse that lose nothing.
Yeah, and this is the issue with the NHL across the board, is it's all subjective to whoever's sitting in the chair the day the decision is made and how they feel about that team.
Mm-hmm.
Rules only work as long as they're actually like being enforced. So if like the NHL doesn't want to enforce a rule for a certain team and be as harsh about it, then they can kind of just get away with it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's just, I mean, that's the way it is with everything. Like,
Yes. And this is why websites like Puckpedia have been bought out by some NHL teams, is so that the public loses access to this information.
Mm-hmm.
This was a
And the
very big
Oilers
issue
too.
last summer. Is it the Capitals, I want to say,
Yeah.
that bought the other website, so that people lose access to a database that has contract information.
So you have to put in a FOIA request just to get access to how the NHL works?
No, so there's a website called Puckpedia that has all of.
Yeah. No, I'm saying
Yeah.
like if they're controlling that, you have to FOIA, a Freedom of Information Act request
No,
to get the information.
they're
you
a private
want from them.
entity. They,
Oh,
like the
God.
NHL is a private entity. They don't have, and all of these organizations are private entities. They do not have to release contract information about any of these players. You have websites like Puckpedia that compile information throughout the year. So as soon as something goes live, they're updating their website. Teams, there have been other websites like Puckpedia in the past, and teams specifically have bought those websites to take that information out of the public eye, so that there is not as much access to information, such as being overcapped. Like, we don't necessarily know unless you have websites like Puckpedia that are publishing that in real time, because on any random day, I can't tell you the salaries of our entire team, especially when you're bringing people up and down all the time. So teams have tried to take away websites like this so that we don't lose information, because the NHL is so subjective that we don't know who's being punished or what their punishment is. I mean, we do, because we have a lot of great reporters in this field who do this stuff. But if there was no transparency in the media, like teams could get away with so much more. They could get away with being over cap, and it's not public information. So like teams have tried to shut down the access of all this information.
Yelling at all the leaders in there going, you can't do that. How'd you know that? I read it online. They call up, buy online.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And then they can also look at like everyone else's contracts on there too and be like, okay, who has a no movement, who has like a no trade. So they can target guys specifically based off their contracts with other teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if they buy it, no one else can see other teams' contracts and target their players.
Mm-hmm. It's
There's a lot to this whole thing here. How do you guys keep this straight in your heads?
Magic.
It's all on Puckpedia? Okay, got it.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. I think it's just something that comes with like being in this space a lot. And I say this when it comes like contract time too. Like I'm really bad about contracts and trades and like guesstimating trades. Brett Howard with Only Bruins is really good about making up like all these different trade agreements or like what is their projected contract going to be. I'm not great with that stuff, and I can't put it into my head. He's really good about that because there's a different website. There's 2 other websites he uses that have like contract and trade stuff on it, where he's able to like switch players in their website and see it, and look at their data and stuff a different way.
Huh.
So there's just websites out there where you can look at this information, but you like Puckpedia specifically, like you just spend time on it because there's a lot of different features to look into. Liz is a spreadsheet queen.
Oh, you have no idea.
I have so many spreadsheets.
It's scary.
Is it?
I mean, if there is something that you could feasibly have any excuse to make a spreadsheet for, she will make a spreadsheet for as a joke. I don't know if Liz has mentioned this.
So what's the most ridiculous spreadsheet you got right now?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh God. I mean, the one that I always think of like spreadsheets that did not need to exist, but now do, is Liz, I don't know if she's mentioned this, we kind of play a little bit of a game, like before every hockey game.
Oh.
We pick who will like score first. And, we did this for a while, and we would, like, put it in a chat or something, so there was some documentation of it.
Yeah.
And then I just was like, oh, I wonder who has, like, the most right. And Liz just spent literally, like, an entire day going through all of our messages, looking for any documentation of, like, what happened. And then also going back to
regularly
those synced up with to be able to put them in, and now she still has it, and like
she
year.
actively uses it every game to like do their predictions.
Fantastic.
She can
She's
tell you
pulling it up right now.
Yeah,
it's something. She's gonna.
They do it in like her family's group chat where they say like who's gonna score first each time.
Yeah.
She's sharing it so you can see.
Here you go.
Holy cow, you weren't kidding. That's not just like a spreadsheet. That's like a spreadsheet presentation for a business.
Yep.
For each person.
This is from last season.
Holy cow, you're a professional at this.
Yep. This is the actual first goals versus all of ours. And how many times we picked a certain player.
Don't look at mine.
You had an excuse from a different country.
Yeah.
It was just like, who am I picking? Pasta. There might be some Lacos in there. Sad I'm not going to be able to do that anymore.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
my heart.
I miss him. There are players that, like, even though I know they definitely weren't, like, the best players, I do wish we still had them.
Mhm.
Like,
Tyler Sagan is my comfort player.
Oh.
yeah.
And then I have it for the playoffs too. If we make the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have to worry about that this year.
So if
No.
I need data quantified onto a spreadsheet, call Liz. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked though from that season. Geeky had like 4 of the first goals in the
I
playoffs, like the most out of everyone.
guessed him a lot during that time.
Well, Freddie's like the next highest with 2. Who would have thought?
That was an interesting playoffs.
I know. Geeky came out of the gate hot.
We made it to the second round at least that time.
We did.
Better
Yeah.
than the previous one.
So I think Liz and I said our predictions last week for who we think is going to get the first goal. But on this train of thought here, Jacob and Austin, who do you think will have the first goal of the season?
Probably
For
Pasta.
Austin, one
Yes,
second.
pull the roster for me, please. I don't
Yeah,
know
do
who's
you
on
want a
there.
roster?
You know what?
It's probably Pasta.
Yeah,
Like,
my gut and my
most
heart
likely gonna be
Swayman.
Pasta.
No, Swayman's not getting the first goal.
Yeah.
I wish. Oh, that would be amazing.
Don't tell me it can't happen. Dreams do come true.
No, you're.
It's technically likely,
These are
but
your.
statistically improbable.
Soccer
Yeah.
had the first one last season, if that helps you.
I'm pretty sure I guessed him first.
No, you did not.
No, I
You
didn't.
know what? I'm gonna go with Lindholm.
You said Pasta,
Of course I did.
Oh,
and you did Patra the year before.
We still have Zaka.
We still have Zaka.
He was
Maybe.
honestly someone that
as
I
of
was
right now,
expecting to dip. I'm glad he didn't. I like Zaka, but like I was
So,
expecting him to. Oh, don't say so. Don't say
To
so.
Didn't
Didn't
break their heart, move back
didn't
into
I read a
the
thing that Zaka was looking at captaincy or assistant captaincy or something like that?
I don't know
I don't
what they're
know.
gonna do with the third. If we're going to get a third A, it might just be Pasta and McAvoy. I feel like they probably would have announced it by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going with that,
I'm
Gus?
going with Lindholm.
Which Lindholm?
Elias.
Okay.
I only showed him the
campus. That would be you put some money on that, you're getting big returns if you're right.
Yeah.
Nobody's guessing Hampus.
Yeah.
People would guess Hampus.
He's the one that people would be the
These
most
are defense.
surprised.
If you wanted to guess the
Zadorov.
defense.
Yeah. Oh, Zadorov. I'll still call him
Oh, Zaddy?
Zaddy. Okay.
Zaddy.
Daddy, yeah.
I don't want Zaddy actually. Yeah, I want him to get it now.
That would be dope. I'd love that.
This, I think, is in response to your saying Sway gets the first goal.
What?
Lainey said, I like that thinking.
Dreams do happen. You just have to believe.
Lainey, feel free to correct me, but I think that's in reference to Swayman scoring the first goal.
Absolute intoxicating feeling watching
Oh,
a
yeah.
goalie get a goalie goal. I mean, I remember watching like Allmark get his and being
Yeah.
like feeling like I was going insane. It was amazing.
Well, you
And then
also
having that
like
be the first goal too.
Because Jack was the best, and I truly don't get. I don't even care if you aren't a Bruins fan. I don't get why people didn't like Jack. He just had so much character and made watching the games so much fun. And I think any team would like to have a commentator like him. They were just upset because we had him.
Yeah,
Bunch of babies.
that's funny. Jacob, who's your guess?
Oh, it's probably Pasta statistically. I feel like that's a pretty safe bet to make.
Yeah.
Also, I think I've had a streak running for the past every year I've
No,
watched. Who did I guess first 2 years ago?
Patra.
Oh, is he still on the team?
He's technically still in Providence.
Well, okay, then I can't guess him. I'm
No,
not gonna-
he's called up right now.
Oh, okay.
I
We'll
switched
see.
my answer.
But that's if he's there opening night.
Yeah.
With an asterisk.
if
Asterisk if he's there.
Maddie P is
Not
up,
pasta.
he gets it. If not, Pasta. I got it.
You're just going with the P's.
Yes.
That's funny.
Your first season was Pasta.
Of course it was. He was the only player I remembered. I thought his name was funny.
That's because, his name related to food, and you were like, oh, I could go for some pasta, and it stuck.
Honestly, that could have been it. We had a lot
That
of
was how it
pasta
was
in
for me, at
college.
least.
That's funny. We have time for one more prediction. Liz, do you have a prediction that you want them to do?
See, I thought of a random one, but they won't get it.
Nah, throw it at us.
What do you think?
Because it's
Brody?
also for us. Because when we were talking about LTIR earlier, when is Mark Stone gonna go on it?
So the lore is the past. We've talked about this a little bit. This is the guy who Vegas Golden Knights keep putting on LTIR,
Yeah.
and then right before
Oh,
playoffs, he's all of a sudden healed,
Ah, yeah.
back from the dead.
Got it.
We don't know.
When does the season officially start?
October 8th.
October 8th is when he goes on it.
I think it's gonna be before that. I think it's gonna be a few days before. They'll be like, "Oh, he was going out for a walk and threw his back out or something." I don't
Training
know.
camp.
That preseason game that happened? Oh no.
I'll give him to November 1st.
I was thinking like
2 days from now.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Because he's been like January, February, I feel like the past 2 years.
Yeah.
So above cap
He
space.
plays like a slim amount. How much is his contract for?
Buku.
Because this
His
might be
contract is
the
exactly
determining
9 months
factor.
over cap.
9.5.
Oh my god.
They'll
they
have like
actually-
Buku.
2
There's their cap
million.
right there.
Yep.
That's-
7.5, I think I said earlier, over.
Yep.
Oh.
And they'll do it and they'll sign someone because they'll have 2 mil. So they'll do what they do every year, sign that really big name, and then all of a sudden Stone is back.
It's the dumbest loophole. Like, come on, guys. You can fix it. You see everyone doing it. You know it's bad for the game. Like, just fix it, please.
The fact that he still has a no move clause.
He just gets like a free vacation every so often while he's injured.
Mm-hmm.
Do they get paid still while they're on injury reserve? So, I mean, this man's just getting free money, basically. Like, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, they still practice or something, don't they?
No.
No, they can't
No.
do anything.
LTIR, you can't. Like, you cannot touch the ice.
So Don Cherry would be rolling over in his grave.
Austin's obsessed with Don Cherry.
I like the man. The dude just didn't care, and I
The
appreciate
guy
that.
from Shoresy played Don Cherry in a docuseries, so
Oh, that's
Austin would be so
Oh,
Well, I started watching that, and then I started getting into his actual life, and I'm like, okay. Plus, the man's suits. Have you seen the suits? Oh,
yeah.
No, I
All the suits are going to go away this season. There's no more dress code.
this will be the last
Really?
season. Yep.
So, like, someone's going to come in PJs. And it's going to be one of the kids. Or
It's
Jarvis.
gonna be
You know,
Matty P.
If Pasta
Matty P
stops,
only has one suit, so
Yeah.
Pasta better not stop the suits, because that is like one of my
I think-
favorite things. That man
I
better
think
not stop.
he's only gonna get better. Like
That's
he's gonna have
a
more
great point.
freedom.
He might not do a suit, but he'll do something and it'll be fun.
That's a prediction I want to make. What do you think he's gonna wear instead of suits? I could see him coming out in like the Blades mascot, honestly. Like, it just-
that'd be fantastic.
exactly, it would be amazing.
Even
Or
when
it would
like,
be just
his-
the Blade's head with him
his
wearing like, a
stylist could make it work though. Whoever he pays for
Yeah.
to be his stylist
Oh,
though
yeah.
could make it work. Let me tell you. Like even when he has t-shirts and whatever on these like random things he does, he looks great. Like it is not just a t-shirt. It's like styled and da 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 da, or it has rips or whatever. It looks so
Mhm.
cool. So if his stylist was given the Blades mascot thing, they could make it work. Guaranteed.
Pasta does a lot for like not conventionally. Like he's a good-looking guy, but he's not like the conventionally attractive-looking guy. But he's been able to rock like every outfit he wears. I think it's just the swagger and confidence that he exudes,
Yeah.
and also probably like half of his contract going towards his stylist.
Probably.
Probably.
They deserve
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
Good work.
They do great. Well, Austin and Jacob, any last thoughts while we have you on this week?
What did we talk about?
Let me go get those.
What did you say?
What did we talk about? I feel like I was in a fugue state for this whole thing.
Right.
Welcome. This is why we always say it's like FaceTiming and it just happens to be recorded. We never know what we talk. We got to the end of the episode and I'm like,
Did we
Remember
hit
the 5 bullet points we made and we only hit one and then our ADHD kicked in and we went on 15 different side tangents?
every time.
Every
Never
time.
fail.
It probably didn't help that we're here because ADHD cloud.
ADHD cubed.
Yeah, cubed.
The dude will show up in sweats and t-shirt and flip-flops. Yeah. That's funny.
As he should.
Oh, Mason. Is this
Oh,
your
Mason
guess
was.
who's gonna show up in pajama pants? I think this is our guess for who's gonna show up in pajama pants. This is the group chat. We talk about the most random things. We gotta get the group chat on one day. I think it'd be super
Oh my god.
but yes,
That
this
was a chaos.
You might have to do a bit longer of an episode if you're going to have that group chat on.
RIP to this podcast if we ever decide to do that. Well, that's
The
funny.
most chaotic episode.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thanks
This was
for having
fun.
me on.
Thank you for having
Jacob,
us.
we're glad you're back
Yes.
from Europe.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Yes.
You'll probably see me in the background during some of your podcasts.
I love it.
Just keep it PG, brother.
Ew, stop.
What?
I intend to.
Austin
Maybe I'll
will
make,
never
like,
be
fun
back on the
sounds or
podcast.
something in the background.
You-
Austin is now banned.
Yeah.
I'm bad for-
Yes. Truly.
I thought I did well. I didn't even say one curse word.
Oh,
I was worried about that with myself.
Yeah, I was doing my bestest.
Lainey's dead. We killed her.
Sorry, Laney.
Oh, well, you know. This was another episode. Austin will not be back. Jacob will at some point, I'm sure. Austin will have more guidelines in place next time.
Yes.
We'll make a set of rules for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Liz, anything else before we close out tonight?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Cool. Alrighty, friends. Well, if you do not already, make sure you follow us on social media. You can find us on TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever it's called, Instagram, and Threads at Pucks and PP's Pod. You can find Boston Sports Entertainment Network at BSCN_617 on all of the places. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcasts at Pucks and Power Plays Podcast. We'll be back again next week. We also have our Discord open, so if you want to talk about anything hockey trading cards, or our book club, feel free to join that. Send us a DM and we will send you the link directly. We don't post it publicly anymore because we got too many bots. So let us know if you want to join that. We'll send it over to you. My name's Emily. You can find me Hyper Emmy, whatever social media platform you desire. And Liz, where can people find you?
You can find me at Liz__Fraser.
And we will be back next week,
Woo!
9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Same place. All the time.
Just without them.
Yes.
Thanks for having us, though.
Thank you again.
It was interesting. It was funny. All right. Bye, friends.